Well, you've been around here for a few years now, so how would you kind of just assess the execution of the offense in the first scrimmage?
I think we executed pretty well. I think obviously there's things we need to work on, but overall as a unit, I think we took the situation part of the scrimmage and like the field zones and things like that, and we executed pretty well. We moved the ball when we needed to move the ball. But like I said, obviously there's things we need to work on to execute better before obviously the second scrimmage and then our first game.
Is there a particular thing personally you felt like you wanted to do a little more, or that you feel like you're going to need to work on a little bit more going forward?
I think everything, just as a whole, right? Playing quarterback, there's always something you got to work on, whether it's being in the pocket, communicating, doing my job, right? I need to do my job at the highest level that I'm able to do it. So, yeah, just kind of everything, right? Get better 1% at everything.
Coach complimented your running ability. How beneficial is it for you to do your job as quarterback?
Wait, say that again.
Coach, you talked about your running and how good it was. How helpful is that for you as quarterback?
I think it's helpful, but I think I need to learn. Obviously being able to run is good, but obviously being able to push the ball down the field when you're throwing it is good as well. So I think just being able to be in a happy medium of both and using that to help the team.
9 months post-injury, where do you make of your performance in the scrimmage and where you health-wise?
It was all right. I think I need to do better, and I think I can do my job better to help the team. But, yeah, I feel good. I feel like I'm just going to keep getting better as camp goes on and we get closer to the first game.
This offseason, seeing it from multiple sides, you started on the sidelines and now, kind of back in position as the starting quarterback. Where have you seen this team make their biggest progress and the biggest growth from the end of last season?
I think it's being a whole, like being one team. We don't have groups on this team. We have a bunch of cohesion. Everybody bonds with everybody. And I think just being able to talk to your teammate, and whether it's right, kind of getting on him, whether he didn't do something right, or it's uplifting him when he does do something right. So I think it's just having those relationships with everybody. I think that's where we kind of grown the most as a team. We're able to have those hard conversations, right? We're able to have the hard conversations with our teammates, with our coaches, and I think it's just going to help us propel forward when we step on the field.
And to that point, when I spoke with you with Manning Hansen Cap a couple of weeks ago, it was about finding you all's identity. Now, a year under your belt, how much closer are you to finding that identity for you all?
I think we're close. I think, right, it's still developing, and just after the first scrimmage and then going into practice today, I think we can always work on find out who we are as a team, right? Like, are we going to be a team that attacks people, or are we going to be a team that has adversity and folds? I think it's known in that locker room that we're going to be the team that attacks, but I think it's something we got to work on every day.
The young receivers, when you go into a scrimmage situation, what are some of the things that maybe was happening in practice that the scrimmage amps it up a little bit that they've got to improve on to be able to make an impact?
Yeah, I don't think it's just the receivers, but I think it's the offense as a whole, right? It's finding the ball, right? Finding the signals, finding your alignment, knowing what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And I think as an offense, it's good to see, like, okay, we got our signal. Now we need to know our alignment. We need to know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, right? You don't have a guy in your ear. You don't have a coach in your ear telling, hey, this is your alignment. This is what to do. So, yeah, it kind of exposes things, but then it also helps you, right? So you're able to watch on film and learn from that.
The coaches have been raving about Rob Williams and kind of what have you seen? Where has he made progress from last year, do you think?
Yeah, Rob's a stud. I think our whole receiver room's full of dudes that can play. But, yeah, and I think that whole receiver room has taken steps forward because I think you got veterans in like Pete LeBlanc and then Jacob Bernard that kind of have taken initiative in that room. And, right, they've been here a couple of years. They've kind of shown the way for how to work and how to go about business. And I think those guys who are, whether just got here in the summer, just got here in the spring, or like Rob are in their second, third year, kind of look up to the guys about how to go to work every day and how to perform.
Ben, from your vantage point, whether it be in the scrimmage on Saturday or just in 11-11s during preseason practice so far, but how have you seen the defensive line just sort of improve as the practices have rolled on? Dez praised them a lot today. So just kind of their growth. What have you seen just from your vantage point?
Yeah, no, our defense line is they're the biggest pain in the butt, but they're studs, right? So like as a quarterback, right, they cause pressure, they cause like pushback, but I think our defense as a whole and the D line kind of sets the mentality of that defense is like they're gonna be hard hitting downhill runners that are gonna come knock you in the mouth, and I think we got dudes on that D line that kind of set the tone every day, right? Sonny Hazard, you got Antoine, you got Mason, right? You got guys like Cam at Jack. I think that whole D line is full of studs, and they're gonna keep getting better, right? So yeah, I'm excited to go against them every day. That's gonna be good.